Okay, welcome. Okay, welcome. So we're going to be talking about trend channel today. Okay, that's how to trade using the trend channel. Okay, we already talked about trend lines, so this concept is going to be this module is going to be relatively short, as it's just a very easy to understand concept. Okay. So now, what is a trend channel? Okay, a trend channel is a set of parallel lines. Okay, keyword parallel lines that help describe the flow of momentum in a particular trend. Okay, it serves as a diagonal support or resistance. In fact, that is the best description of a trend channel: a diagonal support or resistance. Okay, so let's progress. All right, so ideally, this is what a trend. This is what a trend line looks like. Okay, this is an uptrend. Okay, you can see how the price is progressively creating higher high and higher low. Okay, so in order to get a trend line, all you need to do is to create a parallel line, a corresponding parallel line above the what that is the peak. How would I put it now? Let me just show you so that people understand it. English has failed me here. Okay, but this is how it is. Okay, you can see that what I just did there to create a channel. You know what they call a channel. See, what about the price in crypto markets about? Price always moves in a channel, always moves in a tube. Check the idea of support and resistance. The price always moving within a particular range. So even if the market is ascending upward, it's always moving in a particular. That's why I told that the crypto market is organized. Nothing is happening randomly. It's some of this information that I'm sharing with you here, and that's going to help you make more meaning from the chart, right? So you can see what a trend then is. So once you've identified the trend, the trend, all you need to do is to add a corresponding parallel line, and you've gotten your trend channel. And of course, having an idea of your trend channel is going to help you because provide it helps you to know the degree of retracement and correction. For example, now once you've identified your trend line and then you duplicate it and make a corresponding parallel line, you now have an idea of possible areas that your retracement and correction is going to be like. Okay, so if the moment you've identified the moment the price has touched your trend line, then the price is retraced, is correcting upward. Because of you've already identified your trend line, you know the possible region that the price is most likely going to get to before it finally begins to come down to the trend line. Right? So this knowledge alone is gold mine. Like you can use it and be trading scalp. Like those of you that would trade scalp trading, I really explain what scalp trading is, where you enter you look for short-term opportunities. Okay, you enter and exit the market very fast. Okay, so these trend channels are visible in the trend. When you discover a trend, as the market is just draw a trend channel. So the market is going to be dancing inside that tube. Okay, it's going to be dancing inside that tube because that's exactly what a trend line is, right? So you can see the bottom channel and the top channel. Of course, this is not this. Now I want you to be careful. This is not an uptrend or a downtrend. I know some people will be thinking maybe if you want to describe it, we're going to say uptrend and downtrend. No, it's a channel because this up point. This is an uptrend. If you call this bottom channel an uptrend, a downtrend, and go and call down an up the top channel an uptrend, it's a mistake. Because just a channel is just a parallel line. They are all indicating an uptrend. So a trend channel can either be ascending or descending. I'm already running faster than my shadow, but then that is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, so you can take advantage of it. So I mean, I do it I trade with trend channels very well because it helps to give you an estimate of how price is going to be reacting. So the moment I buy a coin, and then the coin begins to move, I'm not really so much disturbed because even if price they do any younger, last it's still going to be dancing inside the channel, to be dancing and be progressing steadily inside the channel. So when I'm going to begin to be at alert is when price has exceeded or broken out of the channel. Of course, you know what breakout structures is. The moment price breaks out of the channel, then that's when I begin to I will now become focused. Okay, this one the price has left the channel. There's something wrong. It's just like maybe you're driving to your school. Of course, when you're inside the car, there's a lane for you. You have your lane, probably the lane of people going east and the lane of people going there. There's a lane you follow. So when you're going to be concerned about somebody's driving is when the person has left his lane. Meaning the person want to change. So the same to the trend line. To the moment a price action has left a trend, then begin to be alert. Like something's about to happen. It's either the trend is about to change or a new structure is about to be formed. Right? So this is just what I'm trying to explain to you about what trend channels. Okay. Now, types of trend channels. Okay, of course we have descending and ascending trend channels. The ascending trend channels is what we just saw. That's a trend channel for an uptrend. Okay, then the descending trend channel is a trend channel for a downtrend. Right? No so much confusion. This concept is very easy to understand. Like I said, it's just a diagonal support and resistance. Right? So let's move. Of course, you can see how it happens here. You can see the market always moves in series of uptrend down. You can see it is clear. If you go on your chart, this is how it happens. And you can see now that if I'm to look at this number, I already have my support and my resistance. I just by looking at this chart, I already have my support and my resistance. But then as the price is moving from the support to the resistance, it's going to be following a trend channel. Even as it's moving from the resistance to the support, it's also going to follow a channel. You can see how the market is just all what I'm teaching here. It's not something that is practically on the chart. Go on your chart and practice. I've done my own best to teach you about these things. I will be there to teach you how to practice. You need to practice on your own. Because as much as I'm explaining, I'm able to explain this concept effectively like this because I've mastered it. Had I didn't learn about it, I wouldn't have been able to do it like this. I wouldn't have been this fluent in explaining it. So if you want to be fluent in studying these structures, you need to be able to, you must have interacted with your markets frequently, right? So let's make it a point of like always interact with your markets, like back to back, engage in the market, so you're able to have a better proficiency with your charts, okay? So uses of a trend channel, okay, number one, used to estimate the degree of retracement and correction. Remember, I told you that some of the parts of the trend line is we have the higher high, higher low, and we have the correction and the retracement, right? So when you have an idea of the trend lines, you'll not really be perplexed or confused when you see the market trying to correct and retrace. Because last, you know that okay, the market is what's advancing, it's just trying to do its normal movement. It does not go up in the trend line, in the straight line, all of those small stuff like that. It's just trying to you'll be able to estimate the degree of correction and retracement. Now you see this trend line number. If you add it to your idea of demand and supplies on Omo, you're going to be making some crazy moves. Like you're going to be making mad money in this crypto trading game. It's possible, yeah. Because I've done it. If you see me speak like because I've done it and I'm doing it, yeah. So those are used to know the current trend of the channel of the market. Of course, a trend channel is just like it's almost serve the same purpose with the trend line. Okay, I'm just trying to teach you guys how to so that you shouldn't be confused. Yeah, it serves the same purpose as a trend line. Okay, so it also show you the current trend of the market. Okay, it can be used to know when there's a change in trend. Of course, I said the moment you discover that price has left the trend channel either to the upside or to the downside. Let's assume we have an ascending trend channel, and discover that price is dancing, and then the moment price breaks out of the ascending channel towards the upside, they should begin to signal that my price there's serious buying momentum. Let's say price want to there's about to be a massive pump in the market, so you got to be alert, right? So that's exactly what I'm trying to explain to you guys. And then the next one would provide you the better price to short or long the market. Of course, if you have an idea of, if you're a scalp trader, you have an idea of you buy at the support and sell. You buy at the support and sell at the resistance. So since the trend line serves as a diagonal support or resistance, you can just, whenever the price touches the top of the channel, you can short the market to the bottom of the channel. Are you getting it? So even as the market is progressing upward, you can be taking advantage of those up and down movement in the channel. You can be taking advantage of them and be making money for yourself. Okay, that's exactly how we do these things in this industry. Okay, there's not so much difficulty. Yeah, there's difficulty. I don't like. Let me not say there's difficulty then, but then with constant practice and then exposure and hunger for knowledge, you're definitely going to get better at understanding some of these structures that I'm done explaining to you guys. Okay, so thank you so much for going through this session. Like I said, it's going to be a very brief session, and then of course you can see how we are done, right? So let's go on to the next video tutorials where we'll talk about other concepts.